Hi, and welcome to the FLX resistance band workout. All you'll need for class today is one of your resistance bands, either the standard, heavy, or maximum, and something comfortable to work on, and let's go ahead and begin. To begin, we're going to take our resistance band around our hands. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears and bring your arms forward in front of you. And then exhale, pull the elbows in towards your body. I want you to focus on keeping resistance in those hands, so you're pushing the hands out into your resistance band and keeping the shoulders down far away from your ears. In addition, keep the core engaged, the ribs lifting up. I like to do this with a slight bend in my knees and my torso slightly forward. Next, pause with the elbows drawn back towards you and just open the hands and close them slightly. From here, we're going to transition to bring the resistance band onto our thighs. Bring it up to a point where it's not going to move. Bring feet hip-width distance apart or a bit wider, toes slightly out. You can find the arm variation that works comfortably to you. The resistance band is there to remind you to keep the legs working actively away from one another and staying engaged through this entire exercise. Hips are going back, weight is in your heels, focusing on the squat and getting a little bit lower each time. Next time, pause at the bottom and take pulses. So we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up through standing, shorten your stance, and then begin to walk side to side. So stepping out with one foot, bring the second foot back in, and once you reached one edge of your mat, switch into the opposite direction. We're working the outer parts of the legs here, finding activation and stability on one leg as the opposite leg works away from us. Hands can come onto your hips. You can bring them together in front of you. Whatever variation feels comfortable to you and really gets you to stay deep and low in these side walks. Good, one more side. And then come up through standing. Come to the center of your mat, hands in front of you or on your hips. We'll bring all the way into our left foot and tap the right foot out. So weight is staying sturdy and stable on that left leg, and the right leg moves out as far as possible and back in. I want you to focus on the stability of that left leg. You're feeling strong and stable while the right leg works actively against that resistance. 2, 1. Other side. Plant firmly on your right foot and then move the left leg out, back in. Again, find the arm variation that works comfortably for you. Play around here, see what works best. Step it out for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Bring it all the way up through standing. Come to the back of your mat, keep the resistance band where it is. Arms come up and overhead for a big stretch before tucking the chin into the chest, rolling down and walking all the way out into your plank. Let the forearms lower down towards the floor. Coming into your forearm plank, and then tap one foot out at a time and back through center. Right foot and left foot. I want you to focus again on the idea of stability on one side while the other leg is working actively against the resistance. Moving from side to side here. Last 4, last 3, 2, almost done. Last one here, each side. Bring the knees down through center. Hands come underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips in your tabletop position, and start by kicking your left leg up and back behind you with a strong flexed foot. Make sure the core is staying engaged and avoiding swaying in your lower back as much as possible here. Next time, we're going to open up wide to the side. Left leg is opening up side, back through center. 2, and 1. Switching right away onto the opposite side, kick your right leg back. Just 3 more here. 3, 2, last 1. Switching to the side, out to the side, back in slowly. 4, last 3, Last 2. Try to stay even on your hands and hips here. Last 1. Moving right away onto one side. Head can either be relaxed on the floor or into your hand, and start by just opening and lifting your top leg. So you're bent into a tabletop position with 90-degree angles from hip to knee and knee to foot. From here, we're going to lift the feet up and then open and close by externally rotating your top leg. Good, finding your clamshell here. Find whatever arm variation feels comfortable for you, and then lift the leg up and kick it long to the bottom side of your mat. So like the first exercise, you'll lift up, but now we're just bending and straightening. Last 2. Last 1. Right away, we're going to switch onto the opposite side. Again, either lay all the way down or relax your head into your hand. This time we're working our right leg in front of us. Bend the knees, bring the knees in front of the hips, and then lift your right leg, lower it down. Keep both feet flexed strongly, and try to lift up through your bottom rib cage that's on the floor. Lift up the legs, bring the heels together, and then open the knees far apart from one another by opening your right leg. 2. Last 1. Next, we're going to lift the leg and push out long. Back to center, push long. Last 2. Last 1. Let the top leg lower, push yourself back up through seated, and come down onto your back, rolling one vertebra at a time. Draw the heels closer to your glutes, hands plant firmly on the ground, tuck the tailbone, roll one vertebra at a time up into your bridge pose. Lower back down by articulating through the spine. Focusing on lifting the hips up while the rib cage stays down, continuing through that bridge motion. Next time you're up, stay up and open the knees out wide, return back to center, working against your resistance band. I want you to focus on keeping the hips as high as possible and rib cage down. To transition, let the hips come down and then bring the resistance band onto the arches of your feet. Hands come behind your head, draw the torso up and begin to bicycle. Right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right knee, and switch. Going at your own pace, moving from side to side, and using that resistance band on the foot for added pressure on the lower body. Really feel like you're kicking through mud or through water, really working through difficult resistance. Last 2. Last 1. Relax everything. Bring it just onto the ball of the right foot. Your resistance band you'll hold onto on the opposite end, and begin to bend and straighten as you find a little bit of a hamstring release. Plant your left foot firmly if you had it lengthened, and then just breathe here for a few breaths. Switching right away onto the opposite side, we're going to take the left ball of the foot into your resistance band, still holding onto the opposite side. Starting with bending and straightening so you're warming up and relaxing that hamstring. You can find some stillness, maybe lengthen your right leg down, and then plant that foot firmly on the ground. Take a few breaths here, breathing into your hamstring. Release your left foot, roll to one side, and push yourself up through seated. You are all set with that quick resistance band workout.